A long time ago, these two boxes released side by side, the Tyranitar and the Tyranitar EX Premium Collection. Now, I actually picked mine up via eBay. However, if you look back at this channel's history, you'll notice that there was never a Tyranitar box. That's because it was never delivered. I don't know if it got lost in the mail or what happened. After all of this time, I finally got my hands on it again, and we can finally go through this premium collection. I'm also just throwing these in because why not? I have done these before, but let's go through the main feature. So, first up, we have the Larvitar as a Cosmos Hollow from Obsidian Flames. Then, also from Obsidian Flames, the Cosmos Hollow Pupitar. And, of course, the primary feature, the Tyranitar EX, which, interestingly, is also just from Obsidian Flames. You can see right down there. This is not actually a promo card. So, you just get the standard Terra typing Tyranitar EX, like nothing special. No special artwork here. Which is kind of lame for a premium collection. Like, you would hope you'd have, like, a special artwork. Like, just, like, flip him. Just, like, mirror the art and call it good. But anyways, we also have a code card. So cool. The main reason to buy this thing, out of the way, and I don't like it. But that doesn't mean there aren't other inclusions. I feel like I haven't seen one of these in a while. Granted, getting a hold on... Okay, I can't get this thing out. Getting a hold of, like, modern Pokemon is kind of a pain, so maybe I missed a release somewhere. But then teaming up with Ultra Pro to make these things is actually really cool. Now, I understand there's a lot of Ultra Pro products that I don't like. I'm not a big Ultra Pro fan at all. I don't really buy their things. But this is actually a really neat idea. I'm sure you've seen them before. Pop that open. Of course, our Tyranitar is meant to go inside of this one. Although, realistically, you can use it for anything. It's just kind of, you know, the card that comes with it. And bam, we have a display stand for our new EX. Our new reprinted EX. You might also notice that I finally changed the background. I did those a while back in a After Dark. It's one of my members only videos. And I just got things put together to actually use them in the background. I've also gotten tired of dealing with the different colored lights because it always causes like color issues when it comes down to video editing. So I think I'm just going to stick with purple. I kind of like it. Speaking of purple, we have some Tyranitar sleeves with a purple border. Yep, they are reflective, you know, electric Terra type Tyranitar sleeves. They're kind of cool. They're really dynamic and like good shininess to them, I suppose. Is that weird that I don't usually like the shiny sleeves? I tend to like the more matte ones. I feel like the shiny kind of feels a bit gimmicky, but to be fair, it's not like super strong on this one. Like the hollow effect isn't super strong on these sleeves, so I think it actually adds to it being this, like, high color, like, you know, gemstone-esque, right? Anyways, for the packs that are inside, we have Twilight Masquerade, Temporal Forces, Paradox Rift, Twilight Masquerade again, Temporal Forces again, and Paradox Rift again. So, yeah, we're definitely going back a bit before a lot of the more modern hyped set. You know, this is definitely going to be before at least Surging Sparks. So, pull out our code card, and we have the Flamingo, Porygon, Oricorio, Toadschool, Absol, my boy. Yeah, I found a way to sneak Absol into this. I figured like underground dark cave kind of makes sense, even though is Absol really like known to just like exist underground? We have Porygon and Aegislashes. He just like sleep in caves. I feel like sleeping in a cave kind of makes sense for his whole thing. If you're new to the channel, Absol is my favorite boy. Anyways, we have the Wiglet, this is a Temporal Forces, Meltan, Seedot, Totodile, Bronzong, oh my god, Screamtail, Excadrill, Roselia, Carvana, and something, Magcargo. Still one of the better looking hollows, in my opinion, but it is just the hollow. And our next Twilight Masquerade here. Yeah, this is one of those boxes that, like, when it didn't show up, at the time I was like, man, that sucks, I'll just pick it up later, and then I just didn't, right? Like, yeah, I just kind of ignored the problem. And, of course, now Pokemon is very expensive to get your hands on, but I managed to come across it for a decent price. And so I was like, okay, I think it's time I finally go back to get this thing. And we have the Magcargo EX. Not a bad pull. I mean, it's just an EX, but compared to what we've been pulling this video, we have our Paradox Rift. But yeah, it's not like I really, like, needed to have that thing. Like, I don't need to have that Tyranitar card, because it's not even a promo. It just felt weird not having, like, that complete set of these, like, display things, even though I don't really use them. The cards that are in them are still the cards that, like, came with them. Like, I haven't, like, changed any of them out. At least I don't think I have. Crocolore, Tulip, Porygon, Fuecoco, and a Xatu. 2 more packs to go in this one. We have another Temporal Forces. Give it a splice and pull out the innards. We have a code card. Then a Charjabug, Slugma, Solosis, Skitty, Vikavolt, Latias, Great Tusk. Oop, I skipped one. Wow, okay, I really skipped one. We have the Neo Upper Energy as an ace pack. I don't think these ace packs look sick, but of course, as far as like pulls go, like some of them are really like up there in value. I'd love to get my hands on all of them. Like, I think I need to go back and buy some singles, probably after the market comes down and they get a bit cheaper. Like, it'd be cool to get all of the ace packs. So, like, having all of these lined up in a binder would just look sick. We have an Excadrill and a Miraidon. And next up, oh, well, I say next. Lastly, we have our Twilight Masquerade. Then, oh, actually, I just realized, the Eraser Blister things that we're doing after, those are actually from around the same era, like the same time that this released, because they also have Twilight Masquerade and Temporal Forces. So, I guess, you know, if you're a big fan of those sets, you know, this is your video. We have Tangela, Torkoal, and a Frostlass. Hey, we got an ace pack and we got an EX. Not too bad for 6. Anyways, I kind of started to tear it, but I was saying dumb things, so I'm cutting that part of the video out. We've already done these, Eraser Blisters before, but I just kind of ended up with more of them, so I wanted to spice up this video, so we throw them in. And we have our Gengar, and yes, it is literally just an eraser. Like, you can use the ears, or the hands, or the feet, or the tail. This whole that would probably make it a weird pattern. It's literally just an eraser, but, you know, it's kind of also a figure at the same time. There, we can fill in that empty gap. And, like I said, there is a Temporal Forces and a Twilight Masquerade inside. I guess we'll start off with Temporal Forces. I think I'm bad with some of the sets from this, like, point in time, because they all just seem to kind of blend together for me. But I want to say Twilight Masquerade had more things that I was interested in, so we're gonna do it second. We have the Mudbray, the Ghastly, Dunsparce, Finizen, Future Booster Energy, Iron Hands, Heavy Baton, Rockruff, Ruliniclish, and a Miraidon. I don't know how to say that thing's name if you can't tell. It's like Ruliniclus, right? Ruliniclus? I don't know. Anyways, Twilight Masquerade. Maybe we can get another pull before the end of the video. I mean, now we're 2 out of 7, which isn't great. We'll see how this one goes, see if we end up with a 2 out of 8. Tadbulb, Tatsugiri, Faragariff, Rhyfort, Kadabra, and okay. Okay. You know what? I am super happy I made that decision to throw those blisters in this video. Otherwise, I probably would have sat on them for a while until I had another product that you know, would have like felt like needed some spicing up. I am so happy for this, because this is a part of the pairing cards. This is one of those, like, oh, 2 cards come together to make 1. And, you know, let's go ahead and see what's behind it. There's another reason why I'm very excited. Okay, that took a hot minute. I did, like, a reorganization of my binders a little while back, and I still haven't, like, finished it, and I haven't labeled the binders, so I had to go through all of them. And it was the last binder that I checked that had my full art trainers in it. But anyways, here we have the pairing that goes with the Growlithe. So you can see right there, Growlithe reflecting in the camera. So the idea is that it's kind of like this. Like, she's aiming it down and taking a photo of the Growlithe at her feet. Like, just, I'm so happy to have these 2 cards together. Ever since I pulled this pairing card, I was just like, man, I need to get Growlithe. To be fair, shooting Growlithe has, like, quickly become one of my favorites. So, like, I wanted him regardless. But for the pair up, I am so happy. Anyways, let's go ahead and throw pairing back in here. And we gotta get this boy sleeved up. This is the card I have been hunting for a while now. I knew doing Twilight Masquerade second would be the right choice. Anyways, we are on to our second blister. Do we even need to do this one? Like, this video is already a winner. I have no idea what that Growlithe goes for. Again, I mentioned pricing earlier as well, so I'll go ahead and mention it again. If you're new to this channel, I've never sold a single card. Or rather, I've never sold a card since starting this channel. So the values to me are just like a rarity indicator in a way. But I have no idea how much that Growlithe card is worth. But, you know, let's not go comparing the what I paid, right? There, bam. Because, you know, I did the Tyranitar EX box and the 2 Eraser blisters, all in this video, so the value of those might beat the value of my little Growlithe boy, but I don't care. I'm happy. Pull out the code card. There's one comment I'll get whenever I, like, post, like, a YouTube short or something whenever I pull a card. So, like, man, it would have been cheaper if you just bought the single. I'm like, yeah, man, it would have. How boring would these videos be? Like, how boring would these videos be if I was like, hey, here are the singles I bought today. Okay, I'll see you guys in a few days with more singles that I purchased. Like, I hate those comments. Like, I really do. It's like, man, just buy the single. And I'm like, yeah, I could. And I do buy singles, don't get me wrong. You guys will actually see that here in a minute, like you do in every video. But this is also just more enjoyable. Like, honestly, like the gambling aspect. We have Tangrowth, Timber, and a Blissey EX, so we ended off with at least another EX pull. I am legitimately stoked. Anyways, it's time for bonus card of the day. Explanations will be right down there in that corner. As always, we are playing Guess the Year, pulling a random card from the back, and that looks like a Magic the Gathering sleeve. At least I assume that's Magic. I don't really do much Magic, aside from the Final Fantasy one I did recently. But I assure you, it is not going to be a Magic card, it is going to be Pokemon. I guess someone is a big fan of both. Cool, no price or anything. So as far as Guess the Year, I mean, this card looks pretty immaculate. Like, I guess there's like a little dot up here, right? But, and okay, a little dot on that corner. So corners could be better. But as far as Guess the Year, I mean, those little dots aren't really going to give me much of an indication, because that could still be like a pack fresh. We're going to go modern. We're going to go 2024. And 2024, I hit it on the dot this go around. We have Drifblim with the Stellar Crown stamp. Again, I always talk about it whenever I get one of these bonus card of the day, but I love my stamped cards. That's kind of all there is to say. Not a huge Drifblim fan. Don't think this card is like anything stellar, but that's all it takes for me. That's all it takes is that putting a little logo right there, and you'll have my money. Anyways, I guess it's gonna go back in its Magic the Gathering sleeve until I put it in the same fancy sealable sleeve that this pairing card is in. I feel like I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. Yeah, this pairing card has like all of my others. You have like this flap that goes through the back of the sleeve, so you put the card inside, and this flap that goes it's an extension from the front, right? So the front actually goes up a lot taller. It was actually a little bit wrinkled. But it goes all the way up, and then you take this flap and you fold it in behind, and it basically seals the card in. It's kind of wild. I'm a massive fan of these. It prevents any kind of like dust or even liquid from getting inside. So that Drifblim and that Growlithe will be going in those as well. Anyways, let's go to a sleep-deprived version of me who gets to read some names. Okay, I said the sleep-deprived thing as a joke. I didn't realize it would actually end up being very true. I am doing this super last minute. Anyways, massive shout out to all of my YouTube channel members. Pokey Hoarder J, Obsidian, Candace Reynolds, Mr. Nintendo, Smokey of the Sun, Andrew B, Bod, Reed, Katie Huff 21, Lana C, Air, Kiss of Ember, and Juno Rips Pokemon. Also, that last one, Juno Rips, actually recently uploaded a video on fake Pokemon cards that I would recommend checking out. If I remember, which I probably won't, I'll leave a pinned comment. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, all that fun stuff. If you want some more things to watch on this side of the screen, I'm going to go ahead and link the Tessarena box. It only makes sense to follow it up with the counterpart to the Tyranitar box. And on this side, I'm going to have a playlist of all of my Pokemon videos if you feel like binging. Lastly, link above my head is going to be to the community Discord if you feel like joining in. Thank you guys very much for watching, and hopefully I will see all of you next time. Goodbye for now.